Alright, I'm sure you all lost money this week just like I did because of all these fucking upsets. This is probably the weirdest week I've ever seen. Alright, let's get right into it. Thursday night, well, big surprise, it's a fucking blowout. There's been one close game, really, on Thursday night, I think, and that's that fucking Jets-Browns game. Other than that, all of them have been blowouts. All of them. And this was a 31-point victory by the Steelers. Listen, I'm not thinking any less of the Panthers after this. I mean, that was a sloppy game. Holy fuck. And the Steelers really, like, Cam Newton was getting pressured every single play. I think they had, like, 5, 6 sacks on them. Like, they were all over him. And the Steelers' pass rush, very underrated. You know, they led the league in sacks last year. I think they're leading the league again now. I don't know. I haven't checked that. But that's a quick one because, yeah, I really don't feel any different about either team. I love the Steelers. I still love them. I love the Panthers. I still think that they're very good, especially at home. Both those teams. All right, now, Bills, Jets. I'm sure you weren't fucking expecting this. I kind of thought the Bills would win, but, like, not by 31. It's an I feel like there's a Nathan Peterman effect. When Nathan Peterman is playing, the whole team plays like shit because they're like, why the fuck are we playing when we know we're going to lose and we know we're going to be minus 10 in the turnover differential, so we might as well just, lose because fuck Nathan Peterman. They got Matt Barkley off the fucking shitter, and he helped them put up 41 and win by 31. Also, a lot of teams this fucking week hit the over by themselves. Like, this is ridiculous. And, yeah. Bills. Defense is real. I've been saying this for a while. Their team is so fucking good, but they have no O-line and no fucking quarterbacks. I feel like Josh Allen is... I'm gaining more respect for him after watching Nathan Peterman over and over. Like, this guy went into Minnesota as a 16.5 point underdog and beat them by 21 or some shit. That's fucking ridiculous. Moving on. Saints completely fucked the Bengals. Without AJ Green, Andy Dalton, I don't know. This should have been 51-7. But fucking whatever the backup's name came in, scored a touchdown at the end. So Dalton really didn't play well. The Saints, like, what do you do to stop them? I don't get it. What are you going to fucking do? Because if you try to stop Kamara, you're going to get Ingram and you're going to get Michael Thomas. And you still have Breeze and the O-line. I don't know what happened to Armstead. I haven't checked, but hopefully he's not out. That would suck, but they still put up 51. Holy fuck. I'm starting to, feel like the Saints are best team in the NFL. I wasn't so high on them last week because, like, dude, in the dome, everything gets fucking... every game in the dome is like 50-40. I don't get it. But they go into Cincinnati and fuck them. Another one, an upset. We got like a fucking bunch of upsets in a row. The Falcons get murked by the Browns? What? I mean, I'm sure Vegas made millions and billions of dollars this week because holy fuck, I don't get how you put up 38 in Washington against a stout defense and then you get fucking shut down by the Browns. And the Browns, they ran all over. Nick Chubb was a beast in this game. I had him on one of my DraftKings lineups. Holy fuck. I think he had like 40 points or some shit. But, yeah, Falcons, it really sucks that all those guys on defense got hurt. Because this is a fucking stacked roster, and their offense is good. I mean, when you're giving up that many runs, you're not going to win, even if you only put up 16. But Yeah, and another thing I was thinking about after this game, Baker Mayfield has been the best rookie quarterback by a mile. By a mile. It's not even close. Sam Darnold has been shit, but, obviously, no one really expected him to have a great year. They just think he's going to be the best long term. Rosen's team is fucking horrible. He's looked okay, but he hasn't really looked. He looks like Goff a lot. I made a video about that. He looks like Goff a lot. Where, like, you can tell that he can make the throws, but, like, he just looks hesitant. He just doesn't look like he knows what he's doing, but I feel like next year that will really, really, really be different. And Josh Allen, I mean, who knows what he is? And same thing with Lamar. Like, we have no fucking clue what they are. And, Baker's been pretty decent, honestly. He's been okay. He's been better than anything they've had lately. And then this one, well, what do you know? I put money on the Patriots when they play the fucking Jags, and I put money on the Patriots when they play the Titans. If you told me before this game the final score is going to be 34-10, I would be like, I'm betting the fucking house on New England. There's no way. There's no way they would only get 10 points and they'd give up 34 to this fucking offense. No way. But it happened. Any given Sunday, I guess. So, man, I think the difference between the Patriots, I think the Patriots are different this year. They're not the same. They're not that powerhouse. Cuz they've lost 3 games where you're just like, what? Like what? 10 points? I'm pretty sure they put up 10 points against the Lions. Like, what? They've only lost to teams that, well, I guess not anymore, but like they lost to the shit Jags. They lost to the Lions. They're like 3-6 now, and they lose to this team. They're putting up 15 points a game before this, 15, 16, some shit like that. I mean, this makes no sense. And if you're gonna lose games like this, I don't think they're going that far in the playoffs. Because now I was like, fuck, New England's gonna go on a run. It looks like they're gonna be the 2 seed, maybe the 1 seed, because they have the fucking tiebreaker over Kansas City. But this game, I don't think people realize how fucking huge this game is that they just lost, because now the Steelers are ahead of you in the tiebreaker and you're still playing them. If you lose to them, and it's in Pittsburgh, so it could happen, they're pissed off about last year, you are fucked for trying to get a bye. You're fucked. Because the Chiefs are gonna. The Chiefs are like. They're unbelievable. I think the Chiefs are better than the. They might be better than the Rams, in my opinion. And you're not going to get the 1 seed with them, and you can't get the tiebreaker with the Steelers if they beat you. So, you're going to be the 3 seed, maybe the 4 seed even, if the Texans can keep rolling. But yeah, this is a huge fucking loss. This is a huge loss. If they're 8-2, they can catch up to the Chiefs, but I don't know. And then next, Colts beat the Jags 29-26. There's not really much to say about this one. Andrew Luck is back, healthy, fucking amazing. And Blake Bortles sucks. That's it. That's all I gotta fucking say. And the Colts O-line is pretty decent at this point, and they can, they drafted like a shit ton of defensive linemen in the 2nd round last year, in the 3rd round. That, if they can just draft another one this year, get some free agents maybe. I think the Colts could be good next year. And the Jags, man, like, why do they not just trade every single draft pick they own to go up and get a quarterback? Because you have every other position you could possibly need. Great O-line, weapons, Leonard Fournette, the best defense in the fucking league. Come on. Chiefs, Cardinals. Cardinals have a decent pass rush. I watched this game because it was the only one fucking on. This and the Saints, and I didn't want to watch the Saints after it was fucking 45 to whatever at halftime. So yeah, Chiefs. I think the Chiefs pass rush is actually pretty fucking good. Justin Houston and Dee Ford, like, you got them coming after you, and eventually Eric Berry's gonna come back, right? So the defense is not horrible. Everyone wants to shit on the defense. I don't think it's that bad. I'm optimistic about it. I think they can get pressure, and I think that they can get those turnovers, which is that's what they need. It's like with the Rams defense with Peters and Talib, like, and Sue and Aaron Don. Holy shit, I can't speak English. Aaron Donald, where you don't need them to be an amazing defense. You just need them to get turnovers. Because if you're the Chiefs, you go up 7-0, all right? It's 7-7. You score, it's 14-7. And then pick, it's fucking 21-7. And that just fucks the whole game for your opponent. Bears and Lions. The Bears are 4-0 at home, I think, now. And listen, that's a real home field advantage. And I think I would never, ever, ever put my money on Trubisky on the road. Ever. But when they play shitty teams at home, they beat them. And they beat the fuck out of them. And, they beat the fuck out of the Bills last week with Peterman. But, yeah. I'm pretty sure... Who would they play? They've beaten the Seahawks, I know. That was a close game. They beat the fuck out of the Bucks. And then they just beat the shit out of the Lions. And they beat the shit out of someone else, too. I can't remember. But, last year their defense was amazing at home. They've been putting up points this year at home. And the only loss I think they have at home is the Patriots. So, yeah. Watch out for them at home. Still don't think they're going to win the division, though. I think the Packers are coming. Skins, Bucks. They skipped to this game after another game. And they mentioned something, and I was like, what? What? How? So, if you haven't heard, the Redskins, whoever has scored first in Redskins games this year, which has been 9, that lead has not changed. So, basically, if the Redskins score first, they're not going to lose the lead the entire game. And if the Redskins don't score first, they're not going to have the lead the entire game. That's fucking insane. And, Redskins defense is real. I'm pretty sure most people would probably bet the over on this one. It was fucking 19 points. What is going on this week? This is so weird. Like, oh man, Vegas must be rich. Anyways, Chargers, Raiders. Well, I don't think the Chargers are actually that good. You put up 20 against the Raiders. Okay. I think they're overrated, but I do think they have an easy schedule, so I definitely think they're a playoff team, and anything can happen in the playoffs, so. Yeah. Oakland, man, you got a lot of fucking draft picks, so be optimistic if you're a Raiders fan. You get a new change of scenery in Vegas. I think Gruden is going to fucking turn around. I really do. I made a video about that. I think that he's getting his guys, and once he does, watch out. They have a shit ton of draft picks, especially in the first round. All right, my fucking Dolphins in Lambeau. Not much to say about this one. Brock Osweiler versus Aaron Rodgers. I think that's all I have to say, honestly. Also, all 5 of our offensive linemen are out, so that's nice. So please stay healthy. It happens every fucking year. Rams, Seahawks. Well, I think the Seahawks are a decent team, honestly. And the Rams can win any they can win any type of game. They got once again, this is back-to-back weeks with Seattle. Like, Russ turned it over twice. That ended up leading to scores. He threw the pick 6 last week. If he doesn't do that, they probably win that game. And if he doesn't fumble and Rams get a touchdown, they probably win this game. And then they're 6-3. 6-3, man. Watch out for them. They do have a tough schedule, though. This sucks for Seattle. I think you can have a rebooting kind of season and Just get some O linemen, and you'll be fine for next year. Their defense is still good. Pete Carroll's a great coach. So, yeah. Rams 36. Holy fuck. Do they ever not put up 35? And then the last game of the week. Well, what do you know? I had money on this one. The Cowboys beat the Eagles in Philly. And once again, I don't even know if I mentioned it. Yeah, well, like, the same thing with the Bills. Like, if the spreads had been reversed, the fucking Cowboys would have covered. That's so weird. I mean, the NFC East is such a weird division. I'm pretty sure the last time someone won it back-to-back years was, like, '03 or some shit. And it's not looking like the Eagles are going to win it this year, honestly. I think that the Cowboys, if you're a Cowboys fan, be optimistic also, because that fucking defense, holy shit. They don't even have Sean Lee, and they're playing well. Imagine once Sean Lee comes back, and they can, they should probably just put him, Van Der Esch, and Jalen Smith out there. You got Lawrence coming after him. I really think they should have traded for Earl Thomas. Like, come on. If you trade for Earl Thomas, you got that ball hawk back there. The one thing I think the Cowboys defense doesn't really do is they don't really get that many turnovers. So, if you want to be a great defense, that's what you got to do. And also, there's not really a great defense this year. There's just a bunch of shitbag offenses. Yeah, and there's a bunch of good ones too. Fuck, I can't even imagine how many points the Saints are averaging a game now. I'm pretty sure. What was it? They said out of the 9 games they've played, they've put up 45 times. That's fucking ridiculous, man. That's so many points. They're basically a living fantasy team. That's what they are. So, I'm not going to do Monday night because it's the fucking Giants and Niners. So, who the fuck would ever watch that game? I also just think Nick Mullins. I would bet the Giants on that game, but don't fucking listen to me, especially after this week. Next week better be my fucking week. So, yeah, there you go. Week 10, motherfuckers, already in the bag.